welcome to Progressive Massage Mobility. Today we're talking about the QL muscle. Now when that muscle is really tight, you will have low back pain. It is possible to feel one side versus the other because you have one on each side of the spine. Now the QL muscle ties along that floating rib, so when it is tight, it can give you pain going upwards along the back. Then it attaches along the spine and along that hip crest, so that can also lead to a tight hip glute feeling. So how do we stretch out this muscle? We're going to do a 90-90 stretch, and then we're going to work with a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball. So for the 90-90, I want you to get into a 90-degree position at the hip and at the knee. This is the side that you are going to work. So the leg that is pointed behind you is the side of the QL that you're going to work. So for me in this video, it is my right side. This leg I'm not too concerned about. Have it be more comfortable than anything. Now you're going to start here, and you're going to just simply twist your body so it is pointing in that angle, maybe over the knee. If you need more of a stretch, all you need to do is raise your arm. Now while you're here, what I really want you to focus on is not so much stretching the arm out and making a long body, but to press your hip down into the ground and that foot back into the wall. What we want to do is really stretch that whole muscle. So because it's tied along that hip crest, that's why this is so important to drive that hip down to the ground and back towards the wall. And then when we add the arm, we're getting more of that muscle because of its attachment on that lower floating rib. Now, if you want even more stretch, keep twisting your body so that it's pointing towards the ground. And of course, you can lower yourself down. If you're moving forward through this stretch, don't let go of driving that hip down into the ground and back to the wall. It's a little tricky. Don't forget. Now, if you want to move on and work that muscle, you're going to grab your tennis or lacrosse ball, not a foam roller. It is much too big to target this muscle. I even recommend starting with a tennis ball because this stretch can be pretty intense. So you're going to lie on the side that you want to work and place that tennis ball between your hip crest and that floating rib, but I don't want you to be directly on top of it on the side. So here you can see in the video, there's my lacrosse ball. I want you to be slightly off, closer to your back than to your belly button, closer to your spine than your belly button. You'll know it when you hit it. Now, from here, you can just hang out here and just rest and let that settle in. Once you feel comfortable, I want you to first release that pressure and bring the knee of the side that you're working, that's going to be along the floor, up towards your chest. Release the pressure off that ball. This leg back here, just move it out of the way. Doesn't really matter what it's doing. I'm not too concerned about it. Now, here's where you're going to reapply the pressure. Make sure you feel comfortable and that it's not going to spasm. Now, you're going to straighten this leg out. As you straighten it, I want you to point the toe and laces to the ceiling. So right now my foot is flexed, my ankle is flexed. I'm working on pointing my foot, my toes, as I'm straightening the leg and getting a slight rotation in there. So the laces, the top of my foot is facing more to the ceiling than to the ground. Release the pressure and start again. You can relax that leg, apply the pressure. The ball might have slightly rolled, so don't be afraid to adjust it. Ready? That knee is as high as it is comfortable towards your chest. Point. Start pointing the toe, rotate that leg, and there you are. Now, if you feel pretty confident, you can keep the pressure in there and move it back and forth with control. Make sure you're warmed up. This is not something that you'll want to do right away. It is quite intense. And I absolutely recommend that you fit these into your day if you are a side sleeper. If you are a side sleeper, the side that is facing towards the ceiling is going to be more tight in your QL than the other side. Right, Lionel Joseph, sorry. So that's what I recommend, that you definitely throw these into your warm-up routine. If you are a side sleeper and you hang out mostly on one side, definitely throw this in to stretch out, because you're going to be tighter on that side than the other side. Hope this was helpful. Have fun. Enjoy your day.